Then I head into Cutter's Cove and pick him up.
The lantern missing from the safe. It is now explained. Is it far to Thurstone?
Oh no, sir. Just a short run across the bay. Easiest money I've ever made.
And what is the signal?
Oh, sir, I'm not sure I can tell you that.
Where can be the harm? You do not reveal the name as you promised after all. There is another 5 in it for you. £5, Hastings. I think you would not be so free with the money if it were yours.
All in a good cause.
£5 more? This is my lucky day indeed.
Here you are, my friend. £5 as promised.
Much appreciated, I'm sure. It's just the signal with the light. 3 short flashes.
Quickly, Hastings. Consult the codes in your notebook. Choose one that will be the joke on our adversary.
Three long.
Oui, but of course.
Fire on this position? Poirot, this is a rather bloodthirsty joke, wouldn't you say?
When the time comes, you can warn him if you like. Monsieur Jenks, your humorous friend cannot flash the 3 short lights out into the sea.
Why not?
That is the home guard code for announcing you have spotted the enemy.
Is it really? That wouldn't do at all.
No, indeed. 3 long flashes is the code for no enemy ship sighted.
3 long flashes. Got it. No harm done. I have plenty of time to warn him. I'm certainly glad I told you. I may even get another tip for warning the guest. If you'd excuse me, Mr. Poirot, I have to close up.
Good day, monsieur.
Hello, Poirot.
Have there been any new developments?
I'll say.
What of Mrs. Castle?
She met with certain individuals in Exmoor, then hopped a train to Southampton, trying to leave the country is my guess. She'll be detained the moment she tries to board a ship.
You are watching her associates, I assume?
Scotland Yard is on it.
Any report on Gideon Fell?
He's being questioned as we speak. I hope to have some information before the night is over.
What of Monsieur Jimmy Nash?
Nothing yet, Poirot. Scotland Yard has promised to bring through sometime tonight.
It is time to clear up our remaining mysteries. I need your help.
Anything.
Your men must watch the causeway and stop anyone who tries to leave.
My men will be ready. Anything else?
We must settle this business of the heroin.
Tell me what you need.
Accompany me to Cutter's Cave.
I'm ready to leave when you are. What else?
We are ready to return to Cutter's Cave. Colonel, perhaps you should descend to Cutter's Cove by the ladder. I will ask Mademoiselle Brewster to conduct me there.
Why don't we both take the ladder?
Tell him the smugglers might try to escape by boat.
If the smugglers try to flee by boat, I shall be ready. If they try to make their escape via the ladder, you will be there to apprehend them.
On my way.
Thank you, Hastings. You appreciate my suspicions of the ladder. The sea It does not appear too rough?
Poirot, you can't fly to Cutter's Cove.
Fly? No, no. Flying is not for Poirot. Can you row me to Cutter's Cove?
Mr. Poirot, after your efforts to find Millie's killer, I'll row you any time you like. You need only ask me. Climb in.
I say, the heroin is gone.
We can't leave by boat, and your bloody compass is useless.
I don't understand it. Compass worked fine before I loaned it to... Oh, hoaxed it, did you?
I am afraid so.
Clever, aren't you?
Oui? May I borrow the compass once more?
I guess you've earned it.
I'll take a sandwich tin if you don't mind.
A few questions, only to satisfy my curiosity. You received the shipments from a larger vessel at sea?
Yes?
Monsieur North, you picked them up in Cutter's Cave.
Yes, once I saw the all-clear signal.
The cells, of course.
Of course.
Red to tell Monsieur North the shipment it was not ready. White to inform him that he could pick it up using the tunnel from the Smuggler's Rest.
That's right. I'd nicked a spare key months ago when the place was still open. Worked quite well for us until a U-boat took some pot shots at me when I was making the rendezvous at sea. Too dangerous now. That was to be our last shipment for a while until we could find another way.
The war, it is an inconvenience.
You can say that again.
Playing the ghost was your idea, Mr. North?
Not likely. Blatt thought it would scare off any nosy locals. I thought it was bloody silly.
I think that concludes our business here. Colonel Weston, if you could hand Monsieur North over to your men, I would like Monsieur Blatt to join us this evening in the dining room.
It's your show, my friend.
I'd shoot you, Poirot, if somebody stole my gun.
Eh bien, Hastings. The murder of Millie Parsons, it is now explained. The fifth columnist has fled, and will hopefully lead Scotland Yard to other traitors. The practitioner of the voodoo has been revealed. The smugglers have been trapped with the goods, as you say. Only one target remains, the murderer of Elena Marshall.
Then you knew by now who had murdered Elena Stewart?
But of course, all of the clues are now in your possession as well. Hastings, the time it has arrived. The crowning glory of any case. That sublime moment when the spotlight shines down, a hush descends upon the audience, and all eyes turn to Poirot. Tonight, however, the stage, it shall be yours. Some will listen in relief, others in anger at what must be revealed. And some will listen in fear as the net of truth slowly, inexorably tightens about them. Now, one thing only before we begin. Do you wish Poirot's help? I can whisper in your ear and guide you. Or, if you feel brave, I will sit back and let you present the case your own little grey cells have constructed for you. What then is it to be?
I'd like to give it a try on my own.
I salute you, my friend, and wish you bonne chance. Well, that is to say, Hastings, pull yourself together. You wanted to present the summation on your own. Get on with it. Yes, we. Mesdames et messieurs, we are gathered here to learn the facts behind the death of Elena Marshall. Two matters I will touch on briefly first. Mrs. Castle, our hostess, will not be joining us. She has fled the island, carefully shadowed by the police.
Good God, man. Do you mean to say she murdered Mrs. Marshall?
No, none at all. But for some time she has been in the employ of this nation's enemies. Rest assured, she will be arrested the moment she leads the police to her co-conspirators. Also, Monsieur Horace Blatt and a day tripper by the name of North have been taken into police custody.
What's he done?
He was arrested with a considerable quantity of heroin in his possession.
Blatt murdered Mrs. Marshall, then? No.
Fifth columnist? The drug smugglers? As I recall, Mr. Blatt, you thought this a rather dull place for a holiday.
And now we must turn our attention to murder. In order to understand the crime, it is necessary to separate the clues to its nature from the many red herrings that obscured our path. Once that is accomplished, we are left with the truth. Let us begin with the comparison of two bottles. The two bottles I compared were, of course,
Perfume bottles.
I speak of the two perfume bottles. The first bottle was in Madame Marshall's bath. She had applied the perfume before leaving on her float this morning, as I myself remarked. Why would she need a second bottle? And why was it found in the cave? Next we come to another comparison, and for this we owe much to the expertise of Mademoiselle Darnley.
3 pieces of green fabric.
A torn piece of fabric was found near the cave in Cutter's Cove. Another piece of green fabric was found in the fireplace of Linda Marshall. They appeared to be the same fabric as that of Madame Marshall's hat. In fact, Mademoiselle Darnley was able to tell at a glance that neither was the silk from the hat. I will now turn to another curious incident of this morning. Someone threw a bottle from the hotel balcony. It narrowly missed Mademoiselle Brewster. Why dispose of an unneeded bottle in such a fashion when there are convenient dustbins? The contents of the bottle was also surprising.
Artificial suntan.
Testing proved the bottle it had contained artificial suntan. But the weather, it has been most agreeable. The sun, it shines every day. Who would need such a thing? Then there was the contents of Madame Marshall's flask.
Trianol.
Her coffee was laced with a heavy dose of the sedative Trianol. Instead of reviving her, it would almost certainly have put her into a deep sleep. Taken separately, the clues, they mean little. But together, a bath where there should have been none, duplicate perfume bottles, fabric for the hat that is very much alike, yet not the same, artificial suntan when the sun it shines brightly. These suggested at once to me a single thought alone.
Someone wanted to impersonate Elena Marshall.
Someone wanted to duplicate the hat of Mrs. Marshall, her deep tan, even her scent. And how can we determine when this impersonation has taken place? It is a sound which gives us the clue.
The sound of running water.
An odd thing, that running water. It was heard both by Poirot and the maid Gladys Narracott. It was very late in the morning for someone to be taking a bath. And as I observed when I had occasion to use my own bath yesterday at an unusual hour, the sound, it is very noticeable in a quiet hotel. Why would someone need to run a bath so late in the morning, if all had already risen and breakfasted? Poirot's shoes begin to fit you, Hastings.
To remove the artificial suntan.
To wash off the artificial suntan, perhaps? The bottle, of course, it is thrown into the sea after the suntan is applied, narrowly missing Mademoiselle Brewster. It becomes clear, does it not, that someone impersonated Madame Marshall this very morning, very near to the time of her murder.